Welcome back, everybody. Last night, the NSIC tournament wrapped up in Sioux Falls. Just the start of a crazy week for them. With a champion being crowned, University of Minnesota Duluth men's basketball team, which made the Elite Eight not that long ago. They didn't win the conference tournament title that year, but they did this year. It's great to have old friend Justin Wieck back with us with a nice travel companion on the bus heading back north from Sioux Falls after they beat St. Cloud State last night to win the NSIC tournament championship. First, it's great to see you. Second, congratulations. You were just telling me off air that your kids were giving you a hard time about not cutting the nets down. Describe what that feeling was like last night.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a cut the net chant going on pregame for my kids. So, we've been here, 3 of the last 4 years, and they got to watch everybody else do it. We got to do it in the regional, obviously, 3 years ago, but just a special weekend for us. The last couple of times we've been here, we knew we were in the NCAA tournament. We knew we had, top 10 teams in the country. We're pretty good this year, obviously, but to come here and know that you need to win 3 games against 3 really good teams and good programs. Our guys were phenomenal, and it would have been special no matter what. But I think this one, it makes it even a little bit sweeter that this is a group that did it.
Was the pressure off then because no one? Hey, let's just go play. No one's expecting us to do anything. Was that kind of the mindset going to Sioux Falls?
Yeah, I was telling my wife pregame, and I've told her this whole weekend, this is the least stressed I've been in all these years we've been here. Our guys have been playing well the last 3 or 4 weeks. I've got a ton of confidence in them, and just go play. And just take it one game at a time, one possession at a time. I know it's very cliche, but it's what we've been focused on. And I was very almost kind of alarmed a little bit just how low stress I was going into the game last night during warmups, and just trying to enjoy the moment, enjoy what our guys are doing. And these guys did it. It's some of the best basketball this group has played, just from a toughness and competitive standpoint. It was awesome.
We're seeing video of you cutting the net down. Describe what that moment was like being up there last night.
Yeah, it was awesome. Just to be able to finally get here. I was there 2 years at Moorhead when we had to play Augie when we were both top 5 in the country. Lost to Moorhead twice, with Chad and Tim with really good teams. Lost to Mankato when they won the national title. So, we've been really good, but to be able to finally get there, not necessarily for myself, but for our program. It's been 22 years or whatever since we won a conference tournament championship. And with all the stuff we've done and all the games we've won, this was kind of the one thing that has been elusive for this program. I got so many texts from alumni and guys who have have gotten to this game but didn't get to do it. They were so happy for us, and all those guys before us helped pave the way for this group to do it.
Well, I heard that stat. I'm like, that can't be right because they've been there. And then I'm like, well, no, they got beat by, I know MSUM, I know, just that you've been humming around. How was this like the last thing to have to attain? You've had regular season championships, you've had Elite Eight runs, you haven't had this. Was this like on the to-do list?
Oh, no doubt. It's such it's a 5-month season and it's a grind, but then you've got this one 3-day grind of trying to win a championship, and it's amazing. Just how important this is. Talking to Chad Walthall, I was talking to him yesterday before the game, and he's, I think it took him 5 times before he won his first one.
That's right.
And he said, just keep knocking on the door. Might not have to be your most talented team or your team with the most wins going into it, but it's a team that plays the best. And if you remember his first title before he retired, that team struggled a little bit through the year, won their last 6 or 7 games, got hot. Everybody knew they were talented, kind of like us this year. So we've been going back and forth for the last couple of weeks about staying in the moment, keep coaching these guys, keep going, because all it takes is a spark. And it's very eerily reminiscent of what his last year was when he finally got his. So he's done a great job helping me through this year of some ups and downs, and to see it finally pay off for these guys has been awesome. I'm
not trying to harsh your mood here, but you had a 2 1-point losses, you had a 3-point loss, like a 4-point. Did you feel like, man, we're right there? Like, what was the mindset going after those particular games?
Yeah, you definitely feel like you're right there, but you also understand you go back and watch the film and there's 15, 20, 25 things where you're like, all right, we're not following the scout, or, not turning the basketball over, just things that I thought we could control. We've been on a crazy run the last 3 weeks of playing teams that we went on the road, lose by 1 point. Like we lost to Jamestown on a foul with 0.1 seconds, and lost to Moorhead on a missed free throw block back in December. Lost to Minot on a step back buzzer beater. Lost to Augie where Hinker went nuts for 10 minutes. So lost to St. Cloud. We were up 10 with 10 minutes to go at their place in mid-January and lose it. So it's been almost like deja vu for our guys. I walk in, I'm like, all right, guys, we're on repeat. We lost on the road. Here's 30 things that I know we can do better, 30 possessions. We just got to be a little bit better. And our guys have really dug into that. It's been, from a coaching standpoint, one of the most, I think, just being satisfied with what this group has done. Yes, it was great to finish it off tonight, but last night, but even if we didn't, these guys have really persevered through this season. And at UMD, the expectation is to win. We've gotten to the point where you just think you're going to win 20 games every year. You're going to win 25 games. And when you don't, there's some really hard times. There's some dark times as players and coaches. And in reality, you're 1 point away or one possession away. But the perseverance of this group has been awesome. The perseverance of this group. We have so many guys that are 4 or 5 year guys that either sat the bench or redshirted or were role players when we were on this run the last couple of years. In an era of transferring and moving on, and guys don't what they want, they leave. You look at guys that have just stayed; they're all about it. So for them to get there, and for them to be the group to get us over the hump, that makes it even more.
All right, and we may have time for like one more here. I'm not sure what cell area you're at here, so let me give one more in. Just describe now what's ahead. Are you going to relaxedly just play 3 games in 3 days? Can you put your feet up? I know selection show is coming up Sunday. What's the next few days look like?
Yeah, we're gonna enjoy this one for sure. We need a couple days off. Get back to Duluth today. We're probably looking at playing the #1 team in the country down in Topeka against Washburn, and anybody that's a Moorhead or NSIC fan knows how good they were from last year. So we're gonna enjoy this one. We'll get to work when it's time. But for this group right now, just for everything we've been through, we're going to enjoy it for a couple of days. We'll get back to work Saturday, Sunday. We'll get them ready. Our guys, our guys are going to compete. But just to be able to win this championship finally, we're going to enjoy it for a couple of days.
Actually, I got you better now. Shame on me. I did not have you on when Jamestown made this move. And then Jamestown has the kind of year they did with it. I know you know Casey well. That surprised you at all how they made the transition into the NSIC?
Knowing Casey, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's a phenomenal coach or phenomenal person, first of all. He's all about the right things and building a culture and leading guys and doing it in a really positive way. He more than anybody had a huge impact on us getting this program going in my first 4 years.
Yeah.
So yes, it's hard. They're going through a transition. They also we all kind of knew, you can't really pick Anthony Walters preseason player of the year when he hasn't played in the league yet, but we all kind of knew, what kind of player he was, and he definitely proved it. So, surprised, no, but he did a fantastic job, and he's only going to keep getting better.
How much could you celebrate last night? Did you stay up for a bit or no? Were you early to bed last night?
Well, we had a 7 a.m. bus departure, but we definitely enjoyed it a little bit. Just enjoyed it with our guys. We just stayed in the hotel and enjoyed it with our staff and with our guys. And, it's something really special. We've been here, the last 3 years we were here, we packed up our bags, and win or lose, we were on the bus at 10 p.m. to get back to Duluth at 5 a.m. And, thanks to our administration and our staff, I wanted to just kind of stay in place, try to do everything we can to focus to win this game and worry about the rest later. And to our guys' credit, they did it. Got a chance to enjoy it a little bit, but we'll enjoy it definitely more once we get back home.
Where's the net going? I know your office is littered with some pretty good stuff. Where's that net going to go?
Well, my daughter wants it in our living room, so it might be there for a couple days. She's already lost one piece of her net, so I got to cut her another one. But it'll definitely be in the trophy case. It's a big trophy case at UMD, as you know.
Yeah.
Not just us, but everybody. You almost got to win a national title to get a trophy in that trophy case. So we got a couple more games to go.
Midco had a great shot at the end with your daughter coming out. You giving her a big hug. What was that moment like for you personally last night?
Oh, it's awesome. They've been by my side all the way through. My oldest daughter went on a couple road trips with us. They see it too. They live it. They live it. They breathe it. They're so close to our players. Such a family atmosphere, I think, and to be able to share that with them. I always tell my oldest daughter, best part of winning is the post game hug on the floor, and to be able to do that again was awesome.
It's great to see you, man. Thanks so much for making this happen. Safe travels back home. Good luck next week. We'll talk soon. All right.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it, man. You're the best. Appreciate it.
There he goes. Justin Wieck, UMD men's basketball head coach. The Bulldogs win the NSIC tournament championship, first time for Duluth in 23 years as he beat St. Cloud State. The D2 selection show is on Sunday night. We'll find out where they're going to go. He mentioned likely it's a date with Washburn. We saw Washburn last year. They beat Tim Bergstrasser's Dragons in the Sweet 16 for a berth in the Elite Eight. I can't believe it's been 3 years since we talked to Wieck after his team made the Elite Eight run. And they didn't even win the league title that season. That's how good the NSIC was. He mentioned St. Cloud State will likely get an at-large bid after a great run from the Huskies as well. Fun stuff there on the bus trip back from Sioux Falls to Duluth. We'll break. We come back. We'll wrap up our first hour. David Mack from Moorhead will join us coming up. Some celebration last night for the Bulldogs. Back on Hot Mike on WDY Extra after this.